and a couple people have it on their want list. So let's just see. The one for sale is in VG Plus condition with a writing on label. This is a 1970 release, listed under folk, world, and country. Bakersfield sound is the style. I don't know about that, but obviously someone thinks that is. I don't even honestly know what Bakersfield sound is, but so we'll get this listed. It's in good shape, pretty clean. Couple light scratches on each side. Go with VG Plus, so it'll be comparable to the other one. It does not have a cover of any kind, just a blank white generic cover. So we'll actually come in at $4.99, just underneath the other listing. Try to be competitive. So and this one does has a date written on the label, 6/5/1970. So we're going to put writing on labels so that a buyer knows that it has writing on labels. So now there are 2 available in the world for sale, and that's one of them. So that's our first one of the day, and that will be, if you are interested, SKU number 28729122120. Should be available later on today on our website, bulltracksrecords.com. There's the first item of the day. Next up is I Wish You Love by Marie Jordan. So let's see, it does have some writing on the label. So we'll see how this one comes in. Catalog number, looks like 670A 1990. Let's see here. It's not coming up. Might have to do the artist and title. So Marie Jordan is the artist, and the title is Walk Away. I think that's the A side. The A side is Walk Away. And the B side is I Wish You Love. So I'm typing in all this because the catalog number didn't bring anything up. We may have struck out on this one. I'm going to try looking up just the artist. Leeds Music Corp. American International Artists is the name of the label, or AIA for short. Let's see if I can find her. I can find the artist, Marie Jordan. So there's 2 of them listed. Well, let's try this one and see. Oh, wait a minute. So I did find the artist and I did find the label here, but I don't know if this one may not be in the database yet. We'll have to look at the, it looks like they only have this label, American International Artists. Oh, it's a label out of Fort Lauderdale, so it's a small label, obviously. And she's the only artist listed under this label, and this one is not in the database yet. Looks like it's pretty desirable. Too bad that we don't have that actually in the database. I can't list it because that would be a good one. But if anybody out there wants a Maria Jordan I Wish You Love, write us at fulltracksrecords@gmail.com and let us know what your offer is. Looks like the other 2 records of hers that are in the database are in the $18 to $20 range for a 45, which is pretty expensive. Next up will be another oddball small label. Looks like Tossin' and Turnin' by Larry Alloway. And so this is going to be catalog LR 1001. And I'll just type in the artist's first name, narrow it down. Hopefully that'll help. Still nothing. Again, some of these oddball items are not, they're just not in the database. So actually this artist, doesn't look like this artist is in the database. So Larry Alloway is not even in the database. So that's a fail on that one. Next up we have You Got to Help Me, the Curl Brothers Blues Band. And also the A-side is actually Lucille. I don't know if that's a cover of the other Lucille or if that's an original composition by them. ST002, Soul Track Records. This one may not be in there either. Looks like we got a box of can't find it kind of stuff here. Let's see here. Soul Track Records. We'll look it up on the labels. Okay, Soul Track. All right, so here's the, I think this is the label. Maybe it's the label, maybe not. Maybe a different, this is a different Soul Track. Well, there is a 1970s soul label from Detroit listed in the database, but by that name. But I don't think this one says it's from Memphis, Tennessee. So unfortunately, this sounds really promising too. Let's try putting in the artist name, Curl Brothers. I just saw, there it is. Okay, so found the artist. Oh, here it is, Soul Track. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so it is in the database. One person has it on their want list. It's never been sold. There is one actively listed for sale for $6.60, and it's a VG Plus, which is, this one's got a slight, it's hard to see this, but it's got a slight edge warp right here. It's probably not going to affect the play at all because the needle's going to drop inside the play area, and this is just on the edge of the record, so I don't think it's going to cause a problem. I'm going to say this one's VG actually, because it does have a few more significant scratches on it, and because of that little edge warp, but more from the scratches. The scratches on both sides, they're minor, but there's a lot of them. So we're going to go with VG on that. It does not have a cover of any kind, and I'm going to type in the comments slight edge warp. Not in play area, so whoever buys it knows that it does have that little, where is it? I lost it already. They're hard to spot sometimes, but I just want the person who buys it to know that it has it, even though I don't think it's going to really affect how it plays. We're going to list that for $4.57. So if you're interested in that item, you should be able to get it pretty soon at bulltracksrecords.com. I'm stealing the cover from the other one here that we couldn't find. So, whoops. All right. Next up, we have Rainmaker. Johnny and Herb on Rainmaker. This is a promo on a Dot label, which is also, I guess, a Paramount subsidiary at this point in time. This is, I don't think I've ever seen that audition copy. So they're calling it an audition copy, not for sale. Little Latin Loopy Loo by John and Herb, and Rainmaker by Herb. I guess the star is the A side. So I guess Rainmaker is the A side. All right, so this is catalog number 4517322. Again, promo, white label, and let's see here. Okay, there's two for sale already. This one's pretty decent shape. It's got some light scratching and some surface wear on the record itself. Say VG. No cover, no writing on the labels, clean, but they do have a little bit of discoloration. So but it's a decent little record. Well, that's listed for $675 if anybody wants. John and Herb. Rainmaker is the A side. All right, next up. Not bad. Somebody wrote on this cover. Not bad something. I can't read it. All right, this is Foxfire rolling down the. Oh, that's side 2. Side A is We Should Be Dancing. And wait a minute. Looks like the artist has written a personalized message on this and signed it. I can't tell. I have no way of authenticating that, but they took the time to personalize and write a message on it. So I'm assuming, and it's an oddball. It's not, Led Zeppelin or something like that. So this is for the composer of this record. Anyway, let's see if this is in the database. NR84411. It's not coming up, so we'll have to type in the. Let's try the label Foxfire. Foxfire under labels. Well, apparently there's multiple Foxfire records, record labels. So hard to say which one the right one is. So we'll type in the artist's last name, which is Gouley, Gouley, along with the record company or the record label. All right, let's do a search for the artist. So this is Gouley. So there's a B Gouley, which I'm assuming it says Bill Gouley. So I don't know if it's the same person or not. We're gonna find out in just a second. Oh, no releases. So that one's gonna go in the can't find it, don't worry about it pile, and we're gonna move on. All right, so next up we have a Fontana label by the Jamies called Searching for You. And the other side is Summertime, Summertime. This is definitely a European pressing. It's got the European logo right there. It's got the punch-out ring. It's got little notches in it from where the original insert was here, and then when it got to the States, somebody punched it out to put it on their 45 player with the adapter. And it does say, of course, made in Holland on the label, so that also kind of lets you know that. Anyway, so it's a Dutch pressing of this item, and let's just see what we can find here. The Jamies. Summertime, Summertime is the A side. And let's see if we can find the European pressing here. I don't know why it didn't come up immediately as that. Fontana label. So I think this is it right here. There's a German one. They've got one listed under Germany, which is probably what this is, even though it says made in Holland. Let's see if this is it. 263.177 TF. Database. No, this is definitely, this one's Dutch, and the one on the database is definitely not the same. It's a German. So this one may not, this exact one may not be in there. Oh, wait a minute. There's no picture, that's why I missed it. It is in there. Netherlands pressing, made in Holland. Yep. Okay. So condition wise, it's VG. It's got some light scripts, almost VG plus. Probably this side's definitely VG plus. The A side's VG plus. The B side is borderline VG. I'm gonna go with VG plus because this side's really clean. And there's no writing on the labels or anything like that. They're clean. It's coming in at $25.21. And so I need to put in here Dutch pressing just so the buyer knows that we know that it, we did the research and we're not mislabeling it. Okay, $25.21 is the price. So anybody wants that? European pressing of the Jamies. Summertime to Summertime, 45 RPM single. All right, next up is by Mark Fredericks and his orchestra, the Syncopated Clock and Theme for the Young. And this is record number 10, so this might be from a set of some kind. It's a Mural Records label, out of Miami. Headed there on Thursday, so interestingly enough. All right, ZTSP 82364. Let's see if yep, it is in there. Oh, but it's coming up as something. Okay. So this is part of a set, it looks like, and one of the set is that Royal Crown? No, this is Mural. All right, so let's see, Mural Records, and Mark. I'll try just the name of the artist and the record label. Mark Fredericks. All right, not in there. Move on. Goes in the discard pile. Not discard. We'll give it to Goodwill and let somebody else sort it out. All right, this is on the Butterfly label. Terry and the Final Touch is the artist. BR103 is the catalog number. BR for Butterfly. So we'll type in Butterfly because it's bringing up too much stuff. Some of these short catalog numbers like that will bring up all kinds of stuff that is not related. All right, so it's still not coming up, so I'm going to do a search for the label itself and see Butterfly Records. See, there's problem is apparently there's 7 Butterfly Records. So that's a lot of Butterfly Records. All right, so next step is we'll go to the artist name, Terry, Final Touch. So it's Terry and the Final Touch. And searching an artist, that's not coming up. We're moving on. All right, this one's in there for sure. It's a Dot record label, which is a big label. Arthur Alexander, You Better Move On, and a shot of Rhythm and Blues. Oh yeah, I know that song. At least I think I know that song. 45-16309. I'll do a full search here. See what we can find. All right. Oh, that's a Shot of Rhythm and Blues is the B side. You Better Move On is the A side. All right. So now we got to figure out which one of these, which version of it is. We're going to go with Indianapolis Pressing. Seems to match the images. The run out. Yeah. And this one's got quite a bit of more significant scratching on it. It's not trashed, but it's going to be coming in at a G+. It's definitely got some more significant visible scratches on it. Too many to be a VG. No, looks like looks like somebody did a stamp or wrote something on the label, so we're just going to put writing on labels. Even though it's not really ugly. $7.45, that's high for a G+, but that's what it went in at, so we're leaving it. We're moving on. All right, got a lot of records to get to today. Bracket Records, Foothills of Carolina, by the Carolina Peach Pickers. Wow. I wonder if that's like banjo pickers. I don't know. Maybe it's like a not naughty double entendre about banjo picking. I don't know. Anyway, Bracket. Here it is. Foothills of Carolina and Midnight Train is the B-side. It is in the database. Known for sale right now. We will fix that. Condition is VG+, almost near mint. I'm going to put it as VG plus because I'm sure it's got some flaw on it. And if I list it as near mint, I'll get crucified by the near mint nerds. All right, so no cover, no price suggestion. This thing's never been sold. We'll put $20 allow offers for that one. It's an interesting piece. All right. We're making our way through. We've got, I don't know, maybe 50 left, 30, 40, 50, something like that. All right, Just Sunshine Records, For the Love of a Lady by Breeze. Just Sunshine Records, interesting. Oh, subsidiary of Gulf and Western, so looked like a major label to me, but I never heard of this before. All right, so this is JSA 519. And nothing's coming up. Right, Breeze. And oh, it's the same on both sides. It's like a, must be like a, oh yeah, it is a promo copy. It says promo copy right now for sale. For the love of a lady. Okay. Still not coming up. Artists, Breeze. I don't think this is the Breeze we're looking for. All right, time to do a label search for Just Sunshine. And the reason why we do a label search is because it just makes it, they have probably a lot less items, so it's a lot easier to find stuff if you just do a label search and then look at their full catalog, and then we can go from there. So found the label, and let's see if we can find Breeze. Or actually, it's interesting. It's this catalog number is JSA, but it looks like their other stuff starts with a B or BS or BTR. This is JSA. Oh, here we go. JSA 519. Not in there. They got 517 and 518, no 519, which is why it didn't come up when we were punching it in. Interesting. Okay. Moving on. Next. Let's see. This is Giant Records Puff by Woody Buddy Berta. Wow. The label is like separated, but still attached. Just kind of, that happens during the pressing process, I think, because of the heat. Sometimes, or when the press comes down on it, it tears the label when it goes to be attached, but it still adheres to the vinyl. So this is Giant Records, and it's catalog 9007. And then we'll type in Puff. Oh, found it. Okay. So it's Don't Be Afraid Little Darling. It's Puff is the A side, and Don't Be Afraid Little Darling is the B side. Woody Buddy Berta. 4 people have, 1 wants, none listed for sale, never been sold. These are the tough ones to price. The vinyl is clean, VG plus. It's got 3 or 4 light scratches on the A side, and the B side is very clean. No cover, obviously. Label is separated. Let's see here. In one area. And I'm gonna put 20 bucks, make offer, man. I have no clue. There's no history, so there's no sales history. I don't like this scratch right here. I'm gonna have to bump it down to VG. Be more conservative. Still gonna leave the price the same because there's no other ones for sale, so somebody wants it. You know. Interesting piece there. And that is a funk, world, and country genre, folk, not funk, folk, world, and country. 1963 is the release year of that item. All right, next up is Cradle of Love by Jerry Maya on the Spruce record label out of Albany, New York. And it's Spruce Records, catalog number 645. So we're going to type in, I'm going to type in Spruce. You guys are not typing anything in. Unless you want to play along at home. Okay, so there's one of these listed for sale. Genre they've listed as pop. Don't know. No release year listed, so we don't know what year it was released. There's no copyright dates or anything on this. There's one for sale currently for $6.99. Our copy is very nice, VG Plus. No cover. It's going to match up the price. We're going to come in at $6.98. We're going to come just below the other listing. And that's that. Put it in the cover that I pilfered from one of the other ones that we couldn't find. So that's that. And let's just double check and see the other copy, what its grade is. I'm assuming it's the same, VG Plus, $6.99. All right, so we just undercut them by 1 penny. There you go. Same grade. All right, next up. Fabor Records, Del Rio by Willie Murillo. And Sunset to Haight Street. So this is a Fabor label out of Burbank, California. We'll try the catalog number, but I doubt it's going to bring it up just because it's F350 as a catalog number, which is not descriptive enough. Type in the artist name as well, Murillo. Oh, there it is. Perfect. All right. So this has got, you guys probably can't see it on the camera. You can see that actually on the big camera there for sure. The little like dirt / foxing / mildew on the actual playing surface, which will come off in cleaning. What I'm not sure about is, and it does have some scratching on it as well. Clean the cloth here. Yeah, I don't have any spray in here, so I can't really get any liquid on it. But when it gets sold, it'll get washed. It'll get a bath, and that should come off. It's got some markings on the label. We're going to list it as VG because of the mildew damage and the light scratching. It's got no cover. It does have writing on labels, which we'll list on the disclaimers or description. Coming in at $7.07. Take a look at the other copies for sale. Might be a little high. Supposedly there's a VG Plus for $5. But we'll let it ride because I don't really feel like fooling with it again. So $7.07 will be available at bulltracksrecords.com if anybody is interested. Oh, same record. 2 in a row. That makes it easy to list, doesn't it? So this one's about in the same condition, maybe slightly worse, but about the same at VG. So we're going to sell another copy. Same. Actually, I could have just done the back arrow here, which I can do. And list it twice. So now it's in there twice. And I am going to put a SKU number on here. And it's even got the X on the label, just like the other one. So it's literally its twin. So I'm going to put a SKU number on this 2872942-006 is the SKU in case anybody's interested. If you want it, it will be available shortly on our website, bulltrapsrecords.com. That's BULLTRAX records.com. Next up, I write another love song for you by Ron Riley on the DRC Records label, and Memphis Music by Ron Riley. All right, so the catalog number on this is DRC 0001. Okay, DRC 0001, and we'll put in the artist's last name, Riley. And there it is, Memphis Music. Oh, see, now this is interesting. There's another version of this in the database with different B-side. The Trucks Are Gone and Memphis Music, or different A-side, actually. Memphis Music's the B-side on this one. Memphis Music's the B-side on this as well. Interesting. Okay, so, but this is a different A-side. So let's look at this artist and see if he has any. No, only the one release. Same catalog number, DRC 0001, but it's different tracks. It's another seven. I mean, it's a 7-inch. 12. I mean, I'm sorry. It's a. Why does it have 7-inch and then 33 in the third in the database? That doesn't seem right. Anyway, that sounds like it's all screwed up. Same catalog number. I don't know how you can have the same catalog number for two different items and two different track lists, but this one's going to go in the no dice pack. All right. Next up, we have, that's kind of a fun label, Sun King, Malia Rana, Maybe This Time by Malia Rana. So this is Edgewater, huh? Wow. I didn't know there was anything in Edgewater, much less an actual recording studio. That's kind of fascinating. Anyways, this is some an oddball original Florida label. We're in Florida, so we get a lot of that kind of stuff here. When we buy collections, a lot of the local or the in-state stuff kind of appears. Usually it's out of Miami, so that's kind of interesting. Sun King is the record label, and so I'm going to type in the artist name on this one, Malia Rana. See if she's in the database. I guess it's a she. Malia Rana. Let's see. Does not appear to be in the database, so now I'm going to try one last shot on the label, Sun King. Sun King Studios. Maybe it's Sun King Studios. It says recorded at Seabird Studio. There's a Sun King Music. And there's no images of logo, so I don't know if it's the same. Don't think so, though. This is probably going to go in the no dice. Yep, no dice. Kind of a neat label, though. Different. Never seen it before. This is like all funky, weird stuff. All right. Bush Records, not Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Good jingle. Anyway. Okay, so this is Bush Records, like Bush Beer, and this is Let's Hang On. Let's Hang On, Shades of Time. I don't know if there are two tracks on the one side. I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of odd. Featuring, Shades of Time is the band. Featuring Larry Rock. Okay, got it. All right, so we're going to try the catalog number, although I know it's an exercise in futility. 103116. And then we're going to type in also Shades. Shades of Time, I think, is the artist. There it is. It's in the database. I'll be darned. All right, so no one has this in their collection, according to the database. 3 people have it on their want list. It's never been sold, and there are none for sale. That sounds good for bull tracks today, kids. So this is a 1981 copyright, listed as funk and soul. And the fact that 3 people want it, so somebody out there is looking for this, which is good. I've never heard of it, don't know it. Maybe it's somebody's dad or mom, whatever, that's singing on it or playing on it, and that got sentimental value. But it does have a significant scratch on what is I guess it's the A side. No, that's the B side. And the A side is clean, but the B side has one fairly significant scratch. It definitely will play through, but it's going to cause a big pop when the needle passes over it. We're going to list it as VG. No cover. And then I'll say that side A is VG+. So they know that we marked it off because of the side B. And then as far as the price goes, I'm going to go nuts here and say $99, make an offer, allow offers. We'll see what happens. We'll see if anybody really, really wants this thing. It's never been up for sale. It's never been sold. So who knows? Maybe somebody really, really wants it. All we can do is just take a guess because there's no history. So we're going to give it a shot. Next up, we have Adair Records, Sad Dance by the Fagan Brothers, Dell and Robbie. Sorry, not Bobby. So again, this is a 45 RPM, 7-inch single for your jukebox or your turntable at home with the adapter in the center. Catalog number is AR88. Again, this is not going to, we won't come up with just the catalog number because it's too short and not significant enough. So we're going to type in Adair and then 88 is the catalog number. See if that brings it up. There it is. So this is Wild in the Country and Sad Dance by the Fagan Brothers. It is in the database. We're going to list it. It is a 1961 release, classified as folk, world, and country. And condition-wise, G+. It's got some significant wear and tear on it. We're gonna say $5. Allow $5 is $5. All right, so there's $5 for that. For Sad Dance by the Fagan Brothers. Oh, a bunch of these for sale. Looks like that is one of 4 copies in the world for sale and one of 3 in the United States. There's one in Japan. How does that make its way to Japan? That's crazy. Like, think about that. I always think about that kind of stuff. Like, I see this stuff listed online or something from overseas makes it here. I'm like, how did that record get to, the Tampa Bay area of Florida? Or in this case, how did this record wind its way into Japan? Anyway, these are the things that go through my head. I don't know why. All right, New Image Records, Susie by Jimmy Spear and the Penny Arcade. I don't know where these guys come up with these band names. They're so weird. All right, so we're gonna look up. Try the label. New Image. Oops, I missed the I. New Image. New Image. I don't know if it's New Image Music or I don't know. New Image Records. The funky. Oh, there it is. New Image. Okay, found it. All right. So this is Jimmy Spear. Let's see if we can find Jimmy Spear. Well, they have 23 releases in the database. And I am not seeing Jimmy Spear. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Nope. Sad face. They got an artist in here, Dan Hardy and the Honky Tonk Heroes. That's great. Right, so this one sadly is not in the database. I think this is catalog. Looks like CI16. Yeah. So they go from 2 to 9 to 30 and skips over all that. So there's a bunch more records out there from this label that aren't in the database, but we're going to go ahead and throw it in the unknown pile and move on. All right, next up. Angel in Your Hometown by Billy J. Cobb. Wonder what genre that is. Sounds like redneck stuff to me, but I don't know. We'll see. Anybody named Billy J or Billy Joe, typically I figure they're a redneck, but that's probably not fair. I mean, I'm a redneck, so I'm a native Floridian, so I can call people rednecks. Anyway, yep, it's Folk, World, and Country, 1965 release. It's Billy J. Cobb and his Cherokee Playboys. Love these band names. Oh, it does say that on the label, yeah. Billy Cobb and his Cherokee Playboys. It's got some wear and tear. It's good. It's VG plus on one side and VG on the other. We're going to go with VG overall. 2 people have it. 1 person wants it. Never been sold. No copies for sale. It's got a little bit of paper loss on the label, which we'll note on the listing. So we'll say paper loss on labels. It's not bad. I mean, you guys can see it, but I have to list that. I just don't want anybody to get it and be disappointed. So I just generically say paper loss on labels. Because it's never been sold and someone wants it, I'm going to put $50, make offer. I don't know. Just throwing something out there, seeing what happens. You never know. But anyway, Billy J. Cobb and his Cherokee Playboys, Angel in Your Hometown is that record. 1965 release. All right, next up, Podge. Gosh, these are some real oddball labels. This is like the oddball label box. There's no major labels in here, almost none. All right, so Podge, but whoever had it probably sorted them out. You know, they had probably a collection or they bought some stuff and then kind of separated out the real oddball stuff. Or maybe this is the stuff they sought out was, you know, oddball labels that they had never seen before. I mean, most of these I've never heard of or seen before. Anyway, so this is Statues and Baby Shoes by Johnny Arvin. The catalog again, it won't come up under the catalog. It's going to bring up all kinds of stuff in the kitchen sink. Catalog number is 45-1000. And we're going to put in the actual name of the record label, Podge. And here it is, Statues and Baby Shoes. On the Podge Records label, 3 Have, 1 Want, 1958 release, rock, folk, world, and country rockabilly. Again, 7-inch vinyl. It does have some, looks like fingernail polish on the labels. I'm just going to list that as writing on labels just because I don't feel like typing out fingernail polish. Condition is G+. It's got some significant wear and tear, but still got gloss to it. You guys can see that. But it's got some scratches. You probably can see it when I hold it in the light. You can see all those scratches all over it. Kind of is going to cause some noise, popping, crackling. It's going to be noisy, but it'll play through. I'll list it as writing on labels, like I said, because of the nail polish. I'm going to put $50, allow offers. Never been sold, so I don't have anything to base the price off of, and I don't want to undersell it if it's very desirable. So we have the only copy for sale in the world. Or maybe that one person that wants it really, really wants it. Or maybe they'll make us a fair offer and we'll consider it. Let's see. But that is going in the stack here. And next up we have Blue Moon Records out of, I don't know what, Minneapolis, Minnesota. They abbreviated Minneapolis to MPLS. Another oddball label, Blues Deluxe, I Don't Know is the name. No, I'm not saying I don't know. I'm saying that's the name of the record, or that's the B side, and the A side is Oughta Be Gone. Oughta Be Gone. All right, so this one here is catalog BMR 013 And again, most of this stuff, like you guys, if you watched us long enough, you know most of the stuff we kind of sift through a bunch of junk to find some treasure. Every once in a while we get lucky and come across something really cool, but most of the stuff is, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Some of the ones I've listed today are oddball stuff, so I've listed them at higher prices and allowed offers because, who knows? But most likely they're not gonna sell. All right, so nothing's coming up. I'm gonna try the artist name Blues Deluxe. Deluxe, Luxe. Huh. Blues Deluxe. Oh, that's the name of a Joe Bonamassa record. Blues Deluxe label. No, that doesn't help me. Blues Deluxe Auta. Oughta. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw it. Auta. Where it is. There it is. Oh, interesting. Oh, it did have a cover originally. They show in the picture on the database. Like a picture sleeve with, I guess, the band or two of the guys. So there's three of these listed for sale, starting at $6.33. We're going to try to sell this copy. This copy's in VG Plus condition, very light wear and tear. I'm not going to put near mint, although it probably does qualify for near mint. I mean, there's no scratches on this thing at all. I don't think it's been played. We're going to say VG Plus. It's got clean labels, no writing, no nothing. I'm going to say no cover. I'm going to put also in the comments, no cover, ! 45 only. So the idiot who sees the picture doesn't buy it and then send it back to me because they say I was false advertising because it shows a cover. Got to read the description, gang. It's used, which means you have to read the description. There are sample pictures, but you got to read the description. So in this case, the record itself is VG Plus, excellent, very nice condition, but there is no picture sleeve with it, which is what it shows. So this is a 1992 release, believe it or not, which is very odd for a vinyl. I mean, that would be very unusual at that time to be releasing vinyl records. So these guys must have been purists. They said, we absolutely have to have a vinyl release. Let's do it instead of a cassette or a CD. But this is a 1992 blues release, Chicago Blues it's listed as. And this label, like I said, is out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. 1992. Interesting. And let's just double check and make sure the other copies aren't. Oh, maybe we're too cheap. No, near mint for $8, so we're at $6.12. We're the cheapest copy in the world of this, so get it while you can, $6.12. Hot, 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 if you guys want that. I'd like to listen to it, actually, and hear what it sounds like. But it sounds like there's a local blues band that decided to press a vinyl record because they heard that's what you do when you make a record, instead of realizing that there was a new thing called the compact disc out by then. Anyway, so here's the next one up. It's Victor Records, Love Me Tender. That sounds familiar. IV, maybe is it IV or 4 times the blues in Roman numerals? And I don't know if that's supposed to be IV times and the blues, IV times the blues, or 4 times the blues. And Poke Salad Annie? That's bizarre. Some of this stuff, I don't know. Jeez. All right, so it's Victor Records. Victor. And I'm going to type in Victor, and then 7413 is the catalog number. And we'll see. It still brings up a bunch of junk that's not this. All right, type in Victor Records. All right, let's try to look for the label. Labels, Victor. This one might be a strikeout. I don't know. Swing and a miss. Victor. Shoot. Well, I'm coming up empty on this one, boys and girls. Victor Records. Okay, well, we'll do one last shot. We'll try the artist. IV times the Blues. Whoops. Nothing's coming up. I gotta do it on all. IV. There's an artist named IV, but that does not look right. Oh, I wonder what this is. Blues Telecos? Huh. That wouldn't be them, would it? No, that's a Brazilian group. Well, Meridian, Mississippi. Sounds like a blues. That's really weird. I'm surprised this isn't in there. Herald number 70. Let's type in Herald. Gosh, they make my life so difficult on these. That's why someone else got rid of these, because they got so frustrated. They said, let that idiot figure it out. He'll sit there for hours and try to find this crap. I'm not coming up with anything. And one last try. I guess this is which one's the A side? Poke Solid Annie or Love Me Tender? Oh, Love Me Tender is side 2. So Poke Salad Annie? Annie. That's a weird title. That's not bringing anything up. Releases. Oh. Nope. All right. Giving up. Sounded promising, but oh, here's one. My brothers used to love this show, Inspector Gadget. This is not music. This is like a kid's storybook thing. Curse of the Pharaoh is the B side. Sorry. Oh, it's the A and B side, so they're the same. So the story is called Curse of the Pharaoh. This is like a storybook record. Probably came with the book. We don't have the book, obviously. We just got the record. By the time it got to us, it had been pilfered by little Bobby. He kept the book and threw away the record, or gave it away, or his parents gave it to Salvation Army. Who knows? I don't know. All right, so this is Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Come on. Old people, you know that song. And there's a bunch of artists that have taken on that name. I think rap artists and stuff like that. This is not that. Okay, Inspector Gadget, Curse of the Pharaoh. Curse. Oh, there it is. It is in the database. All right, so, so this is a 1981 release of. Gosh, I didn't realize Inspector Gadget was around that long. I thought he was a little old, a little newer. Okay, so this is Inspector Gadget, Curse of the Pharaoh. It came with the book, of course, as I said, and it's a Peter Pan label. 1981 release. The record's in VG condition. There's no cover, and then I'm gonna write exclamation point, no book or cover. 45 only, exclamation point. Hopefully they'll read it. I doubt it. They'll probably make me pay for a return because they don't want to read the title or description or anything else. They just want to look at pretty pictures and buy stuff on the internet. This thing's more like, oh, this side's, oh, yeah. This one side's got some pretty significant stuff on it. I can't even feel them though. I don't like. All right, $7. If you want it, you get it. BullTracksRecords.com. Inspector Gadget. Dun, 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 dun. That's the theme song for you who don't know. That was a cartoon. That was how the show opened up. Was this theme song of the Inspector Gadget theme song was dun, 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 Inspector Gadget. Okay, that's it. That's all you get from me on that. All right, Cadet. 5627. One of my favorite labels, Cadet. Also affiliated with Chess Records. Great movie. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or wherever it was, but it was really good. My brother turned me on to it about the founding of Chess Records and all the artists that were in the Chess Records label catalog, and how the label came about. Pretty neat stuff. Anyway, this is by The Truth. The A side is A Day Like Today. Looks like this is not the promo version. This is the regular version. 10 of these are ready for sale. It says pop rock, psychedelic rock. Huh. I didn't know they did anything like that in chess, but 1960, yeah, I guess by 1968 they were, so they spun off and did cadet, chess, and checker, amongst others. And I think they had one other one, Argo, maybe, that they had under the same umbrella. Anyway, so this record is a VG G plus. Sorry, I lied. Edition, one side's VG, one side's a G plus at best. So we're going to go with G plus for the whole thing. Kind of average it out. No cover. It does have a drill hole, as you guys can. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. Right here. I hate with the camera. You can see it kind of in the background. You can see the drill hole right there. So they drilled it out. I don't know if that was given, if this was sent to a radio station as a promotional and they just didn't have any promo copies, so they drilled it out or what, but it doesn't matter. We're going to list that. Drill hole. Drill hole, and it also has paper loss. Small, but nevertheless, we want to stipulate that. So it's giving us a $4.41 price suggestion, which is probably about right for a G+. Let's see. Let's double check. We are the cheapest copy in the world. Oh, there's a G for $6.69, so we're probably a little light on that. We'll probably take it up to, let's say $7. I want to leave $2.50 on the table. I need all the help I can get. This inflation, this Biden inflation is killing me. The labor's going crazy. Everybody's got to make more money. Can't even go to the grocery store. You get robbed at the grocery store. Anyway, so that one's listed. That'll be available at bulltracksrecords.com. $7. Next up, we have Phillips label, Sweet Ride by Dusty Springfield, and the A-side, or is that the A-side? And No Stranger Am I. Dusty Springfield's kind of cool. She's like still hip and cool. People like her. Kids dig her. I mean, the hipsters like her, at least, I think. She's had a little bit of a resurgence lately. Stuff seems to sell pretty well. So she's on the Phillips label. This does have a drill hole right there, as you can see. It's right through between the H and the I. Pretty common record. Got a lot of groove wear on this one. It's not a lot of scratching. It's just heavy groove. Actually, no. I just found a crack in it. Just say no to crack, boys and girls. We're just going to throw that in the garbage. Sorry, Dusty. Never mind. That one isn't going to make it. All right, next up. Ron Records, another oddball cool label out of Shreveport, Louisiana. That sounds promising. It's got a big ass drill hole. Big old hole puncher there. Significant scratching, a little bit of a light edge warp to it, won't affect play. Actually, the one side's pretty clean, actually. It's just one side that's got a little more scratching on it. Overall, I think it's VGG plus, one of the two. I'll have to decide here in a minute. Let me see what this listing looks like first. RONN 25. Ted Taylor is the artist. Ted Taylor. Okay, so this is all right. So there's 11 for sales. It's a funk soul record, rhythm and blues. That's what I figured, coming out of Louisiana, but had to be sure. 1968 release. On this one, and it's gonna be a G plus. I mean, it's just got too many light scratches all over the one side. Unfortunately, I'd like to say VG, but no cover. It's got clean labels. I'm gonna put a drill hole. I'm gonna say it's got a drill hole, so they know. We're gonna list this at $5. So if you are interested in that on the RONN Records label, that can be yours. Oh, here's another. We got a bunch of these the other day. Peacock. It's a really cool label. is typically, I think this started out as a gospel label. They're out of Houston, Texas. This is Gonzo by James Booker and Cool Turkey. So they kind of morph, or they kind of went back and forth between gospel and soul music, all kinds of different stuff on the label. But on this one, it looks to me like it's probably a more soul music. I don't think there's a gospel song called Cool Turkey. But anyway, but there's a lot of gospel on this label, and a lot of even sermons and stuff like that on the Peacock label. A lot of reverends and Dr. Reverends are on this label that I've seen come through. So it's kind of an oddball label, but I think it's really neat. So this is 5-1697, and I'm going to type in Peacock as well to make sure we get the right one. There it is. So this is a white label. There's looks like it released on London Records. So they got picked up. Either they got picked up by London later, or so there's a London Records one, and then there's a Peacock. And so this is the Peacock version. 1960 funk and soul, rhythm and blues, Bayou funk and instrumental is how it's classified. This one's seen its better days. It seems like all the Peacocks we get, a lot of them are really scratched up. I don't know why. It's like almost always. We do have one of other that we personally have one of these listed already for sale, which is interesting. So this copy is definitely going to be G condition. It will play through, I think, but it is heavily scratched up. So much so that you're on the border whether it'll play through or not. I bet you it will, though. These old pressings tend to, if you got your tone arm set right, even if it's scratched up like this, will play through. It's got writing on the label, no cover, obviously, writing on labels, and it's got heavy wear on the labels too, which I'm not going to note because we're already selling it in G condition, so it's going to be a lot less money. We're going to list it at $4, and that's that. Pretty neat. If you need a placeholder copy, something to complete your set, and you just want something cheap, that would be a good one. But usually with the 45s, they're so cheap, you don't have to do that. And I think a nicer copy is probably going to run you 10 or 15 bucks. So, all right, next up, Tight Records. Jealous of You by Fabulous, not the Fabulous Thunderbirds, the Fabulous Thunder. Well, let's see here. So this is catalog 3606. And we'll type in the record label name, which is Tight. Tight Records. All right. It is. Oh, hello. This could be a little treasure. All right. So there's only one of these listed for sale currently. It's listed at 75 bucks. We'll see what kind of condition it's in. This one, unfortunately, does have a warp on it. I'm going to probably, if this ends up being something more valuable, I'll put this. We have a flattener I can put this in. You guys can't see, you can see it there for sure. Yeah, there you go. There's a good view of that thing. So that's got quite a bit of warp to it. But I think I can flatten this. I'm going to try it. Hopefully we can save it so somebody can enjoy it, because the vinyl itself is in, we'll call it borderline VG, G plus condition. Let's just see. The one that's for sale. So 4 people have, 3 people want. There's one for sale at 75 bucks. It's the $75 copy is a VG plus. This is going to be a VG G plus type thing. So I'm gonna save this for later. I'm gonna go flatten this, and then it'll be listed. If I can flatten it, it'll be listed tomorrow at probably G plus condition. If I can't flatten it, I'll list it at fair condition and let someone else fool around with it. See if we can save it. I think that one will flatten out. A lot of them. A lot of these, when they're like this, they'll flatten. When it's just the edge and it's got a really major like hump on the edge. This one's kind of like a potato chip. When it's all wavy like this, we can usually salvage them. I don't know why, because it seems like this would be the worst case scenario, but in fact, it's better when they're like this than when they're all flat and then it's got one big hump on the outside edge. That's when they typically can't be salvaged. But our fancy pants, we got a fancy pants Japanese sorry, record press back there that I bought from Japan that cost me, $1,500. It works about 20% of the time. I checked it online, kind of looked at the reviews, and everybody said it was a miracle worker, but that was kind of not true. But anyway, it still saves some records. So, all right. So next up is Ted Taylor on the OKEH label. Him instead of me, and I can barely read this thing. Forgive me nothing something. I can't read the rest of it because the label's so worn out. So, and I can't even read that. Here, I can read the run out better than the label. That's when you know you're in bad shape. All right, ZSP 756 101. There we go. Ted Taylor. Okay. So this is Funk Soul Blues 1963 release. And 10 for sale, starting at $3.19. Our copy is beat up. I'm gonna say this is a G. It's borderline G plus, but more like a G. No cover, writing on labels. It's gonna give me a price of $2.73. If you need a placeholder copy of that, there you go. That one's seen its better days. Next up, we have Wind Lace Records Euphoria 2 by Betsy Chapman. What's the good is I guess that's the A side. I don't know. Euphoria 2. Was there a Euphoria 1? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. Maybe we can figure that out if it's in the database. Wind Lace Records out of Los Angeles. LACA. Not even spell it out. Sunset Boulevard. All right. Wind Lace Betsy. Let's type in Wind Lace Betsy and see what comes up. Nothing. That's helpful. All right. All right. So let's see if the artist is in here. Betsy Chapman. Okay. Euphoria 2. Ooh, this looks like it's got some desirability. I don't know if this is this though. There is that's an LP. So the LP Euphoria 2. But I don't think they have the single. Let's see here. We're gonna run this down. Okay, so Euphoria 2. Let's look at all her stuff and see. Oh, nothing. No, there it goes. All right. Yeah, so this isn't in the database, unfortunately. Looks like she does have a couple singles in here, but this ain't one of them. So it's gonna go in the lost and lonely pile. Oh, whoops. Take that out of the finished pile. We don't want that. All right. Next up, we've got Message from a Black Man. Blackman or Black Man? It looks like it's all run together. Blackman. I'm assuming it's Black Man. The Spinners. She's Gonna Love Me at Sundown. Don't you wish, buddy? All right. So let's see here. The Spinners VIP 25054. I guess that's the catalog number. We'll find out. 25054. And it's V period I period P period. Bingo bango. We've got it. Let's see here. This is going to be. I'm going to do it this one, which is more common. It does have a drill hole, as you guys can see there in the label. Right there on the P for VIP. The vinyl is G plus. Kind of rough. And no cover and drill hole. And it's selling us $3, which I'm fine with. Sold. If anybody wants it, go and get it. All right. Next. Oh, this looks interesting. I have to keep this for my. Oh, it's got a chip on the edge. Look at that. Bummer. I mean, they'll still play, but see that? outside of the play area, but definitely chipped. Dang it, that sucks. Anyway, whatever. Such is life. We get them the way we get them, gang. Not our fault. We just have to work through them. A chunk of the vinyl just fell on my desk. 72945, Buddy Miles. And this is a white label. I'm assuming, yeah, this is a promo copy. And, well, the good news is it's not like a $100 item, so I don't have to stress out about it being chipped. The vinyl itself, the play area, is in pretty good shape. I mean, it would be VG. I'm going to put it as G+ because of the chip. No cover, chip on edge. And there we go. Still saying $9.31. So I'm going to put it in the cover here. And I'm going to take the SKU number down since we haven't done one of those in a hot minute here. 287 981-987. If you're interested, it'll be on bulltracksrecords.com shortly for sale. That's a promo of the Buddy Miles Express. I don't know what the A side is. My Chant or Memphis Train. Anyway, whatever. Oh, the A side's Memphis Train. The B side's My Chant. All right, next up. Another oddball label I've never seen before, Counterpart Records. And this is I'll Find a Way by Larry B. No last name. Just Larry B. That's just laziness. Dude, just, I mean, whatever your name is, just put it on the, why are you going Larry B? I mean, I guess there's a lot of people that do that. Larry B, Stevie D, or Stevie B. There's Stevie B as well. So, no relation. 3768 is the catalog number. Counterpart. Counterpart? This is all one word. Counterpart Records. Okay, found the label. I don't know if Larry B is going to be in here or not. They've got a lot of records in their catalog. 3768. That's just one way to narrow it down. 37. Nope. Skips right over it. You got 3767, and then it goes to 3769. There's no 3768. It's not in the database, sadly. If anybody wants this, send me an email, Fred at bulltracksrecords@gmail.com. Do my best to answer it. Next up, we have Rick Tick Records, Edwin Starr, I Have Faith in You, and Stop Her on Sight, SOS. Sorry, this dust gets my allergies going. All right, Rick Tick Records. I don't know, I can't read the cal. RT109. That ain't gonna bring it up. I'm going to type in Rick, RIC-Tick, TIC. Rick Tick. All right, that's not coming up. Let's see if we can find. There's the label. All right, that's one way to do it. We'll scroll through the list and see if 109 is on here. Yep, bing bong. Got it. All right, so this is the first pressing. The mono pressing, done by Pittman, actually. And this is Rick Tick is the label. Apparently, they got picked up by Polydor. So, interesting. 1966 funk soul rhythm and blues is the genre. I'm going to sell a copy. We've already got one for sale, surprisingly enough. We've got a lot of weird stuff. I mean, obviously don't know everything. We have 200,000 plus items for sale, so I do not know all of them. This one's in G+ condition. It's got some wear and tear on it. Actually, one side's definitely VG, but the other side's G+. We're going to go with the lower grade just to be conservative. $11.17. If you're interested, there it is. Boom. Sounds high to me, but we'll let it ride. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Next up, we have Wed Records, Sweet Old Days by Eddie D. So let's see if we can find this thing. Maybe. Eddie D. The artist is in there. Okay, good. And Sweet Old. The best of Lenny D. But what's Eddie D? Come on. Dang it. All right, Eddie D. Oh, there's more than one Eddie D. Super. That's always helpful. All right, we're going to type in WED Records. All right. So we found the label, we found the artist, the right Eddie D, because I looked up the label. So let's go to the artist. Okay, nothing under the artist. And the only thing under WED Records is one listing, which is not this. So unfortunately, it is going in the Land of the Misfit Toys pile. 4 people want that. Well, want his other record. That's a shame. It's probably worth at least $10. If anybody wants that, shoot me an email at bulltracksrecords@gmail.com. Next up. Wow. Now that's an interesting one. They copied the Capitol Records design with the swirl, the old Capitol Records design used by the Beach Boys and the Beatles. This is Mary Lou Records, Inc. El Calio. Dominica y su conjunto, which is, I think, his band. I think it's Dominica and his band, I think. I don't know. Whatever. I took Spanish in high school. I did actually took Spanish in college, but, you know, it's been a minute. Anyway, La Pata Pela. La Pata Pela. See if that comes up. Apparently that's a common song. Other people have done it. Shoot. All right. Hi-Fi ML 1022. Okay. So now we're going to go with we're going to find the label. Mary Lou Records. Oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, gang. The links I go to bring you this stuff to sell to you for $2. So painful. All right, let's see here. This is El Calio. I don't know what the A side is. I think El Calio is the A side. And this is 1022. Okay. It's probably not in there after all that. Nope, not in there, unfortunately. Not in their catalog. Shoot. Well, that stinks. Oh well. Land of the Misfit Toys. Next. Again, if anybody wants any of these that go into the Land of the Misfit Toys, email me ASAP for bulltracksrecords@gmail.com. Next up, Shoreline Records. Sandy Summer. The Shepherd Brothers is the artist. Shoreline Records. 711. Catalog number 711. Shoreline 711. Shoreline Records. Some of these oddball things are really tough to run down. I don't think this is the right Shoreline Records. All right. So now we're going to go with the Shepherd. These are extremely time consuming to do. All right, the Shepherd Brothers. There's more than one Shepherd Brothers in the database. We'll try this one. I don't know. Here we go. Gosh, they did a lot of different. Okay, so they're on the Baby label, the Mojo label, the Worldwide Records label, and the Gay label, but none on the Shoreline. So this is Mohawk, New Jersey is where this record label's out of. I don't even know if this is the same Shepherd Brothers. This is a soul group from Atlanta. I don't think that's what this is. So I think this is a different Shepherd Brothers. So they may just flat out not be in the database. At least this one, this Shepherd Brothers, the one we're looking for. Well, maybe out of time or out of luck on that one. Sandy Summer. Let's try Sandy Summer. That's the name of the song. One of the songs. Okay, never mind. It's out. We're moving on. Spent too much time on that crap. Dayspring Records. Cynthia Clawson. I Will Survive. But I think that was Gloria Gaynor that did that one. So this is a remake of, I don't know, whatever. Somebody else trying to do the same song again and again, you know. But my version's better. No, probably not. 901-6792-201 is the catalog number. Nothing's coming up, of course. Why would it? Let's do the artist name, Cynthia Clawson. All right, she's in the database. Okay, singles. I Will Survive isn't shockingly not in there. This is a different record label, though, Dayspring Records. So she's not under Dayspring. Well, let's look up the label, just for fun. Just so from personal education, Dayspring Records. Dayspring? Oh, I don't know if it's Dayspring Records. It's just Dayspring. Okay, Dayspring Music. Dayspring Music. Okay, here we go. All right, found the label, I think. And this is their catalog. 679220. I mean, that's a mouthful. Oh, this is a religious label or Christian label. Okay. It looks like it at least. I don't see Cynthia Clawson. So, and this, rats. Looks like a lost cause to me. Let's see if we can. All right, here we go. Let's see. I just did the. Yeah, she's not even on here. All right, never mind. Next. Look at this. Oh gosh, this thing is nasty. Bummer. The label is nasty. The record's not too bad. Definitely got some water damage and staining on it. This is the Dot Records label. Brian Hyland. Rainy April Morning. I can hardly even read the catalog number. 45-17258. Come on, be in there. Okay, here we go. All right. So 19 of them for sale. Not expensive. This one's G+. Because of the label especially, it's borderline, but okay, staining. Oh. Yeah, that's nasty. All right, $2. Next up, we got Peerless Records, Esperar by Julio Jaramillo. See that? See what I did there, you guys? Just pronounce that perfectly without stumbling. Okay, so Peerless. So we're going to do the catalog number. Peerless is the record label, and I got it. And I don't know if anybody wants this. Nope, nobody wants it. Nobody has it. One listed for $4. We're going to sell ours. I don't know what condition the $4 one is in, but ours is in really nice shape. I'm going to say VG Plus on that. Very nice. No cover, obviously. And clean labels. A little bit of wear on one side. $4. So the other copy must be the same. Yep. VG Plus as well. All right. Next up, we've got another Spanish language one. Parnaso is the label. Como Tantas Vidas by Los Golpes. Catalog PC 276. We will try that. I know it ain't going to come up, not with just that. And we'll put in Parnaso, Parnaso. This is the label. Boom, found it. All right. So the label's got some wear and tear, as you can see. It's kind of worn. Got writing on it. Vinyl G+. Kind of rough. Similar to labels. No cover, writing on labels, and $4.44. And in she goes. Next up, we've got, available soon at fulltracksrecords.com, the Ken Recording Company. I don't think I've ever seen that label. It's interesting. Mario Madsen and the Flips, I Laughed at Love, and Oh Baby See How You Are. I don't know, Oh Baby See How You Are, question mark? Or Oh Baby See How You Are, period. I don't know. It's catalog K21. All right. And this is Ken Mario. We're just going to type in the combination of all this stuff and hopefully, yep, here it is. Mario Madsen and the Flips. Found it. There's no picture in the database, but this is definitely it. Listed as Funk Soul. No date on the release. No date on the records. We don't know how old it is. I'm going to guess from the 1960s or 70s. Probably closer to the late 60s, early 70s would be my guess, but I have no clue. One person wants, one person has. So rare, but not super desirable, apparently. Condition on this item is going to be a G+. It's probably borderline VG, but it's got a lot of, you can't really tell, but you can see how it doesn't really have a lot of gloss to it. It's got some, I'll call it fog, if you will. Got some significant scratches on there if you look at it in the light. So we're going to say G+. No cover, no writing on the labels. A little bit of stain on this side. I don't know what that is. Ugh, ketchup, hopefully ketchup. We're going to go with ketchup. So we're going to say stains on the labels, and we're going to put it at $20. Allow offers. Boom, done. Next we have, I'll put this camera down just a smidge. There we go. All right, next we have Judy Records, Dave Saunders and the Confederates. What fun. TES 001, Judy. Nothing coming up on that. Oh, Judy is the title? Oh, Judy's the title, sorry. That's not the label. There's no label. Probably his own label. Okay. Well, DES, so let's try his name, Dave Saunders. Man. Oh, there's 7, 9, 10 of the 10 Dave Saunders in the database. Good Lord. Okay, let's type in Confederates. See if that narrows it down. Nope. All right. It's going in the mystery meat pile. Sorry, Dave. All right, next up we've got Stay Up and Say That by the Nashville 5. This is a promo copy. Looks like a London Records label, white label. So we've got a 45 LON 9523 is the catalog number. Nashville 5. All right. Well, this one's got a little more desirability. It's a promotional copy. And this one, condition G+. A little too rough to be a VG. Got a lot of light, scratching, pretty much consistent. I'm going to hold it in the light so you guys can kind of see it. And as I said before, good or G+ does not really mean good. It means kind of banged up, actually. But that's just the way they use the terminology. This has got writing on the labels. It's got a name on there. I can't remember. Something. Etro. Good Etro? I don't know what an Etro is. Huh. Maybe they're saying that they liked it, I guess, when they wrote on the label. No cover. We're going to go with $13 on this. And we're going to check and see what the other ones are listed at so we don't overprice it, because I want to be fair. Cheapest copy right now is $15 for a VG. We're at 13. Probably a little high, but whatever. We'll let it ride. Okay, that's that. I'll give that one a SKU. I'll give it a ticket or SKU number on it. So the SKU number is, and this one will be available at the website shortly, 2872 988 743. So that is a promo copy, unknown release year apparently for that. The Nashville 5, like Nashville is the A side. Next up, High Spot Records, Dale Smith, Oklahoma's Will, and America the Beautiful. Amen, brother. All right, this has got some crud on it, but that'll clean off. You can see the crud right there. It's like somebody spilled something on there. I think that'll just clean off when we wash it. It looks almost like paper residue. Sometimes it gets in a cover and it gets paper stuck to it if it gets a little wet, gets a drip of water on it or something. TSR 79451. Okay. Oh, there it is. It is in there. Cool. Originally it had a little cover with his smiling face on it, which we don't have anymore. This record's in great shape. Got a couple light scratches on that gunk, which will clean off. Well, we call it VG Plus. Shiny, gloss. See it? Yep. VG Plus, no cover. I do explicitly say no cover, 45 only, exclamation point. $25 is the list price on that. We'll give it a generic cover when we put it in the box here. And there you go. So if you're interested in that, it is available. Dave Smith. That's not Dave. Who am I talking about? And that's Folk World and Country. No year on that release. Unknown. Jerry Jowers, One at a Time, and Separation on the Spirit of the 21st Century label. We'll try catalog number first, SP 77 900 and 9002. No luck on that. No dice. All right, Jerry Jowers. All right, he's in the database. Singles and EPs. One at a time. No. This is Why Can't Somebody Love Me is in the database by him, but no. Nobody else. Well, bummer. Wonder what this one sells for. Let's see. All right, never mind. We're moving on. All right. I wonder if this was made in Florida. Oh, yeah. It's got Florida, then it's got a mountain on it. That's kind of weird. Building a Bridge by the Williford Singers. Tagging Along and Building a Bridge. So this is like an EP, and then Supper Time and Saved by Grace by the Williford Singers. Well, let's find out what the story is on the Williford. Probably my cousins. Who knows? We got rednecks for days, guys. Williford Singers. All right, the Williford Gospel Singers. This is going to be our last one today. See if this is in here. Nope. All right, well, that's going in the no pile. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Appreciate you being here. Have a great new year.